Hello, Rimfire friends. Today is November 26th, 2022. I hope everybody's doing well. I just thought I would bring you guys up to date of the latest kind of mod I've done to this guy to suit my needs better. This is my 1983 Anschutz 1403 repeater for those of you who don't know the backstory on it. And one of the things I talked about in the kind of unveiling video was because this is marketed as a junior or smaller stature, let's say lady shooter, originally it had a very short length of pole, and it came with 4 plastic Anschutz butt plate spacers, which you can still purchase. And I talked about I'm not quite sure what I was going to do, order those or whatever. Now, I don't mind a shorter length of pole. Like I'm okay in the 13 and a half, 13 and a quarter, 13-inch range, believe it or not. Even though I'm a larger fellow, I think it's because I have kind of like weird shaped arms. But anyway, it never really bothers me. The actual stock length of pole wasn't too bad. I could make it work. But what I decided to do, because this rifle is balanced for like 3-position shooting, so it's kind of barrel heavy. And when you throw a bipod on the front, it's quite barrel heavy. So I've been playing around with what I wanted to do to weight the back end. And so today when I was in the shop, I puttered around with what I think is the direction I'm going to go. And I'll show you guys really quick. So these plastic spacers, as they come from Anschutz, are basically designed to slip in without removing the butt plate assembly itself. In this case, the adjustable kind of standard one, the rubber one. And so what you have in them is you have a slotted plastic one like this. This is the factory one. You slip in the bottom butt plate screw hole, and then it slides in this way. So it's basically like a pretty straightforward design. So what I decided to do is decided to make one out of plate steel today, just to kind of see if that put enough weight at the back end, which it does, and it gives me a little bit longer length of pull. I just made it out of kind of scrap, I think it's 3/8 plate steel. I forget now. I don't remember what that is in millimeter, but. And so it puts a little bit more weight on the back end and gives me the little bit more length of pull. So right now I'm right at 13 inches. So I probably should have made 2, but they're quite kind of time consuming to make. It took me about 2 hours to make this one. And then I just cold blued it with Ballistol quick browning kit that I've talked about in my other videos before. It's not going to get a lot of wear because it actually doesn't sit proud. It shoots kind of below, it sits below the Anschutz kind of stock line at the back. That's how they did it, so mates up to this one. But I'll quickly show you how it works. I've got the screws semi-loosened, and normally you would position them both the same way. So you basically take it, and it drops in the bottom stock screw there, such as that. And then you take your plastic one, or if you had several plastic ones, and they line up in the same way. And then you would just kind of adjust them to fit and be even and tighten the screws, and away you go. And I tried to do the finish to match the plastic as best I could, which I think I did. I think it's a pretty good team there. It's actually not too far off. It's a little tiny bit thicker than the factory plastic one, but if you didn't know what you're looking for, it would kind of disappear, which is what I wanted. So having gone through to making one, I'm going to kind of play with a little bit and see how I like the length of pull. Like just quickly trying it, I really like it, and it does add a little bit more weight to the back, but not quite enough. So I think probably 2 would do it. I haven't weighed it, but it feels like it's about half a pound. I don't really want to commit to adding a pound of weight to this gun, because if a pound more to this after I've weighed it would put it right at the CZ 455 with this scope. And this is a pretty small scope, so I don't want to play around too much with the weight. I could also, there is a nice cavity at the back in Anschutz rifles that I could certainly fill with weights and go that way. So I might do that just to try before I commit to making one of those, because it is so time consuming. I think I will commit to that. And then I can, pick up another one of these, or I could make one out of aluminum, or I could actually, I think I've got some plastic in the shop I could make. They're so quick to make out of plastic, like literally 20 minutes. So I think I might do that. I don't know yet. But anyway, that's kind of the update. A little bit more weight and a little bit more length. But anyway, thought I'd share it with you guys. Any questions or comments, leave them below, and I'll do my best to answer them. If not, I'll catch you guys in the next one.